Thanks for coming, I guess. It's an honor to be here to help out. So it's a fundraiser, and then it's all for a good cause. So if you do watch the show, I'm not assuming, or I'll read the name. You guys didn't put your names on here? That's BS. Are there kids here, by the way? He swears, he's all right. All right, well, cover your ears, little ones. Or did you let your kids watch the show? Yes, we let the kids stay up to watch the show, but to them it's just an excuse to stay up late. They can care less that their dad is on TV. Is Captain Hansen on swords any relation? Do you all treat Jake as bad as they show on TV? You know, recently, no. We did in the beginning, but because that's just, it's kind of an initiation. That's how you feel the guy out. You know, it's not a regular job. So if the guy can take it the first year of putting up with all the sarcasm and kicking him while he's down and making him cry and all that, if he can do that and still come back willing, that's your guy. That's the guy I want. But it kind of hit home after hearing that Jake was, you know, he grew up with 5 older sisters. Well, that's an open opportunity to tease him right there, right? But it come to find out, because Jake is kind of a quiet guy, you know, he's not going to tell you a whole lot about his family. So come to find out that he was the caretaker in the family. He took care of his 6 sisters. He took care of his dad. He took care of his mom. So after hearing that, we felt kind of bad about it. So at this point, I think we're training him more than we are kicking him. Because I know one of these questions is going to be, are you coming? Oh, next question, are you coming back? They have not found his father. They had a memorial for him, a memorial service on Saturday, just to kind of get a little closure, but the hopes of finding him are probably slim to none. But we're almost sure that he's not still with us. The main thing is finding out what happened. And the local police department completely dropped the ball. So that's why they are hiring investigators and search parties. They just want to know what happened, as anybody would, you know. So, have you ever hired a deckhand fresh off the dock? What were the results? No, I would never hire anybody off the dock. Ever. There's people that watch the show now that go to Dutch Harbor and camp out in tents in hopes to get a job on a crab boat because they saw it on TV and they just want to be able to go home and tell their girlfriends I did that. You know, it's like, we really don't need guys like that. I want someone who's going to stick around and be a lifer. Are you going back next season or are you quitting? How long has your wife put up with your going out every year?
Well, apparently.
Believe me, that's not the only thing she puts up with. Are you going back next season? More than likely, I'll be there for King Crab. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation going on. I planned on going King Crab and taking Snow Crab off in January, February, because that's the worst one. But as it turns out, you know, Phil passed away. And there's been talk of Sig and Jonathan maybe helping out and running the boat for the boys. But then another rumor just popped up last week that they sold the boat. So, yeah, it's all over the place. So, who knows what to believe. So, my aspiration was to take a break in January. And now, thank you, Jay Leno, for trying to get Sig on Dancing with the Stars. If Sig goes on Dancing with the Stars, that'll be in January and February and March. Which means I get her on the boat. So that's How many months a year do you spend on the boat? Well, we do, they don't show it, but our boat, we do January, February, March. is snow crab. And we drive the boat to Seattle, work on it every day in shipyard for 2 months. And then we go back up and do salmon, June, July, and August. And then we might fish cod in September, and then king crab October and November. So we're busy. There's not that many boats that have that opportunity. So we're gone about 7, 8 months. How much does it cost to refuel the Northwestern? We just put in, well, half the reason for bringing the boat down to Seattle, it's about a 1,450 mile trip. It takes about a week. We burn about 7,000 gallons. That's a $30,000 bill just to bring the boat down. But when we bring her down, we'll put about 50,000 gallons on her. She'll pack about 65,000, but it's too much. So. 50,000 gallons, $2.50. What's that? $150,000 bill, right from the get-go. Yeah. Boats are holes in the water, just dumping them underwater. How many cartons of cigarettes do they carry on the boat? None after the time bandit gets a hold of them. No, we get them. I see us smoking so much on the show. Half of that's due to the price we pay for them because we're tax exempt. We get them for like 13 to 15 bucks a carton. We can buy a case of 35 cartons for about 450 bucks. That's a lot of cigarettes. And plus, when you're out there, you got 5 open cartons. You're just smoking just to smoke. It's ridiculous. So, I'll buy a case of Caesar, 35 cartons. Usually one more to bring home with me, which I'm going to stop doing. Because I'm going to quit sooner or later. No, I'm not going to promise because Sig did on national TV and didn't keep up with his promise. What's that? No, he said it on Jay Leno. He'd be smoke free by the end of June. Where do you and your family live in the off season? Well, I'm not going to tell you. We're born and raised in Seattle, Washington. Born and raised in Seattle. My wife is obviously from Norway. So she grew up right down the street from my mother's house in Norway. So she's got a funny story to tell about when we were kids. You'd hear that these American boys were on vacation. I don't think we ever crossed paths, though, until she made it to Seattle. It's, love at first sight for her. What?